Hi Leo, this is your general tarot reading for Leo Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of February 2018. Well, how are you doing, Leo? I know that if you watched the video last month, there's a card jumps out, the Two of Swords. If you watched the video last month, we spoke in great detail about all the energies that were moving for you. I hope you really felt it. I hope you're really beginning to feel it. And February is just going to be fantastic as a card jumps out. Leo, is this the second time we've gotten this card? The Happy Ever After card. You see, even as I'm shuffling the cards, remember the reading begins even as I'm shuffling. It's the energies I'm feeling for you guys. And I'm not surprised that I'm feeling all that gorgeous Happy Ever After energy. Another card jumping out. It's the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, I think you got that card also last month. And the card just up, up and away, and out it went, and now I have to go up, up and away, and the Lovers, lovers. Leo, I always get so excited reading your cards, and particularly this month because the Queen of Swords just popped out. Particularly this month because on the 31st of January, another card just hopped out, the Knight of Pentacles. On the 31st of January, which will set the tone for the start of February, there is the lunar eclipse in Leo. As a card jumps out, it is the Six of Swords, a lunar eclipse in Leo. So the February, another card, the Emperor. February is really going to be all about you. Yay! It's going to be a Leo month and everybody's going to feel it. Every star sign is going to be looking at Leo and Leo is going to be shining. Didn't we say last month baby's going to be shining? As three cards jump out. Judgment. The Page of Pentacles. The Chariot. I think Aries got some cards. You're sharing some very similar cards with Aries. And they're on the curve of success, so it's no bad thing. As the last card comes and falls on the floor again. It's the Eight of Wands. It's the Eight of Wands. So before I turn the cards down, we have got a whole month of February that's all about Leo. Love it. I mean, who couldn't love a whole month of Leo energy where it's just all about fun, parties, celebrations, which we so badly need, joyful occasions, pleasure, and romance. We need romance. And also, I mean, you begin the month with what? Sun, Mercury, Venus in the 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Love, fun, romance. Oh, to be a Leo. Oh, the lovely Leos. You see, I'm singing again. I just do this for you. I don't know why. It's just your energy, baby. It's just the way it is. What else have we got going on? Mid-month, Venus will be joining Neptune in the 8th house. So that's quite an intense energy. It's deep insights, deep focus into your love life, and we'll talk about all this. There's just so much to say. We have a solar eclipse happening mid-month also, and that's going to be happening in your 7th house again of relationships. So that energy is all about shocking, lightning bolts out of the blue, okay? And in your partnership house, it could be a lightning bolt out of the blue in your love life, in your partnerships. For those of you who aren't interested in love, it could be in contracts or in business contracts, anybody that you have a close relationship with. It'll be a boom, a lightning bolt, baby. So I'm too excited. I have to start your reading, Leo. Let's go, move. So what do we begin with? Here we have our gorgeous Leos with the world in their hand, of course, holding the full support of the universe. The universe gave you bravery, courage, determination, daring, boldness, and a sense of adventure. And with all that gorgeous energy, Leo, you really do now feel that the world is your oyster. Or sometimes the world is your lobster, whichever way you want to say. But look what's going on behind you. The universe has got your back. You're supported, front, back, center, everywhere, while you're looking out into new horizons. You are fully and totally supported. The universe has your back. And what are you looking towards? You're looking towards this fairy tale ending, the happy ever after. Joy, success, completion, a sense of fulfillment, this happiness. We talked about this last month. I mean, here it is again. The energy is still with you in February, baby. That real feeling that you've won. The real feeling that you are content, that something important is happening in your life and you recognize it, you feel it, and you are running with it. You're really, really going for it. New horizons, and perhaps even love in a foreign place. We do know that a great many of you, now that you have your energy back, you probably want to start traveling. And maybe kick-started at the start of the month with the lunar eclipse. You want to get moving. You want to roll, baby. And you have this feeling inside that when you move, even if it's just a holiday, but to move and broaden your horizons, you'll find love. Are you going to be looking for a holiday romance and going into the travel agents to book that summer of love? I hope so. I really do hope so. And then what happens? Here we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this we had last month too. You remember that we talked about you feeling that you had to hold on really tightly to everything that you had for fear of losing it, which is roughly translated into a type of poverty consciousness, okay? And slowly you're letting that go, because you slowly through the start of February, you're coming to the realization that it's not really part of your world anymore. You don't have to cling to those little victories. You don't have to hold on to every small step and think it's your last. That there is more out there. There's more for you, and you don't have to hold so tightly, okay? In terms of your finances, let loose a little bit. Okay, I'm not asking you to go wild. I'm not asking you to splurge and spend and go nuts, okay? But what I am asking you to do is to understand that the universe will supply you with the things that you need once you loosen up a little bit, babes, okay? Let it go. It has been a rough few years. We spoke about this last month. Now, in February, what we need you to do is let it slowly release. Let your muscles, your body, your mind, your attitude release. Because we know, as we said, the start of February is it's your month. The lunar eclipse in Leo. And you will begin to have that fun and freedom again. So go with it and don't let anything hold you back. You can let go of the restrictions of the past now, baby. You can. You really can. And what will happen when you do? Well, do I need to say more? Once you loosen up and let that gorgeous Leo hair down, you've got the lovers. Choices in love. New directions, new opportunities when it comes to love. And this is a fantastic time for you to experience that. But there's a lot of energy, as we said, in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And you also have Venus and Neptune in a very deep psychological part of your chart at the moment, Leo. You've got it in the 8th house. 8th house is deep transformation, psychological work. So, you know, we spoke about letting go here and releasing the poverty conscious, not holding on so tightly because you believe that there's no more, where that came from if you let it go through your fingers. Well, this is saying that a great healing will come, because 6 is always to do with healing. A great healing will come through love, through letting go, and through this wonderful, deep psychological rejuvenation that you're going to find in the month of February. You have Mercury there and the Sun there at some point mid-month. And it's going to allow you to communicate your fears better so that you can finally put a name on it, take the shame off it, release it, call the demon by its name, essentially, so that you can order it around, you know, because once you name it, you can shame it. Let things go, let them go, and the deep psychological work will be done with a great sense of love and a great sense of insight too, because Neptune in there will give you dramatic, almost psychic insight into how to release all of those fears. But we're not going to ignore the fact that this is a love card. And I think there is more than one choice of love at the start of the month. You're going to get your love groove back on, baby. For those of you who are in a relationship, learn to let go a bit. Perhaps some of you, because of the crap that we spoke about last month, the times that you spent worrying, let go of that a little bit and release your stranglehold on life. Yeah, don't hold on to people and things and situations by the throat. You got to let them go. And once you give your lover more space and freedom to talk and communicate and have fun with you, then you'll feel this great resurgence in love. And that's going to be very powerful. Yet another very powerful transition for you, Leo. I mean, it's all go. It's all go for you now. You had January letting go of so much and getting back in touch with your feelings. And the Cancerian moon got us all back in touch with our emotions and our appreciation for our families and the people that we would consider family. And now, through the love and support of these people and these situations, you're able to grow and make that transition into finally, not ridding your demons, because I think you've already done that, but finally just letting them go so they're no longer in any corner of your mind, okay? And then what do we have? Again, she's coming up quite often this month, and I believe this is the energy of the solar eclipse happening on the 15th of February. It'll be happening for you in your house of partnerships and relationships, but it's Aquarian energy. Swords represents air signs. That's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This is also a Gemini card, so we could be dealing with Geminis here too. But this card is, at this moment, talking about a huge sword coming down and cutting through the crap in your life. The Queen won't stand for any bullshit. She won't stand for any crap. She sits alone on her throne, and she doesn't need lots of people around her because she's so confident. She's able to rule on her own. And she's able to do it with great clarity of mind and great strength. And look at the colours she's wearing. They're cool. And if you can see, I don't know, there's clouds, little clouds, which again indicates that she's a queen of the air. But when she comes, she's giving you the control of your mind. She's giving you the control of your speech. And she's giving you the ability to see everything in your life super clearly. And again, the solar eclipse will do that. It will give us the ability to hear truths that maybe we weren't able to hear before. Maybe get a little bit surprised by them, possibly a little bit shook by them. But you'll be in a zone where you'll be able to hear real deep, transformative truths without being upset. You'll be slightly detached from the emotional aspect of it, and you'll be prepared to heal by hearing great words of wisdom. And I mean, she again, look at her, she's waving to the crowd, she's celebrating, she's saying, yes, yes, I'm the queen, la-da-da, I'm waving. Aries got this card too. But at the same time, she's keeping everybody at a distance because she's not the warmest character. I mean, you wouldn't run up to her and give her a big hug. Not with that big, 2-foot blade in her hand. She's not what you'd call warm and cuddly, but she doesn't need to be, my love. What she needs to be is a bringer of truth. The queen will always magnetize something towards her. And so what you'll be magnetizing towards you mid-month is the truth of things that you possibly weren't prepared to hear before, but you are now. And I don't want you to think of that as something negative. I don't want you to think, oh God, there's going to be bunches of people running at me now and telling me how just exactly what they feel about me. It's not really going to be quite that energy, Leo. There will be people coming and saying, you know, there's something I've often wanted to say to you. Now I feel it's a good time. I can tell you, and you'll be more open to hearing it. And it's not a negative energy. It's something very positive. Okay. And beside that is the Knight of Pentacles. Now here is a money card. It's also a material wealth card. It's also an earth card, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Perhaps you will be prepared to hear a truth from an earth sign, or put the shoe on the other foot. Perhaps you'll be able to cut through the bullshit of an earth sign, or somebody who's very slow moving and ploddy and you're bored with them. Somebody who you would say bores you intensely. And you'll be saying, look, the hand up, look, come on, why do I have to put up with you? Can you not hurry up? Can you not move on? If you don't hurry up, I'm going to take this knife and give you a little prod to move you on. If there are people that you would consider in your life too slow moving, a little bit too safe, then it's time to either push them along or else give them a few home truths to hurry them up, basically, Leo. This is also an unusual combination. When there's a queen beside a knight, often this can mean, I think Sagittarius also got this, the damsel in distress or the wounded bird syndrome. Sometimes the queen has to be rescued by her knight in shining armor, and sometimes the queen then blesses the knight for rescuing her and so on. There's an uneven balance here where somebody needs to be rescued and somebody needs to be the rescuer. And in February, baby, what part of this deep transformation that's going to happen for you is that you will be saying, because this is you saying, I don't need anybody to rescue me anymore. I don't need, didn't we say, there you go, didn't we talk about this last month, Leo? You're the hero. You don't need a rescuer anymore. You don't need to be second fiddle to anybody. You don't need to be the one who heals the broken bird. And certainly you don't want anybody to see you as a broken bird that needs fixing. You're able to stand up on your own 2 feet, hold your own ground, and not be the princess or the prince in the tower waiting for somebody to come along. Yeah, this just confirms everything we said last month, baby. You're the hero. You're not waiting for anybody anymore. And because of the energy now in February in your house of partnerships, I think that's going to go up a gear. That conversation is going to happen. And it'll come like a lightning bolt out of the blue where you'll say, I'm tired of trying to heal other people or other people being around me who insist on trying to heal me. It's me now this time standing on my own 2 feet because I'm the hero. I'm the hero. And then what, Leo? Here we have the energy of the 6 of Swords. And it's you turning your back on all things of the past. That you've recognized that a door has closed on something. It could be in your career, it could be on your love life, it could be in your finances or in your workspace, that you're just not willing to go back there again. There are bigger horizons. Didn't we speak about this, my love? There are new horizons and changes have to be made. But in order to make those changes, the first step must happen where you must get your lovely orange coat on and tally-ho, off into the sunset and leave a bad situation where it belongs, in the past. But what are you moving towards? You're moving towards the Emperor. Now, we have a card here representing Aries, so it's no surprise that you're getting very similar cards to Aries this month. The energy of Mars here in your 5th house will be inspiring you to be more Leo. And perhaps you're going to have fun. You're moving towards this energy of Mars, which is putting a huge emphasis on being you, being Leo, being in charge of your life, having fun, pleasure, romance, success, being the one that sits with the crown on their head and just shining. Shining. And Mars here is going to emphasize that. Look at him again. He's holding the world in his hands. Did we not open with that feeling of having the world in your hands? Yeah, Leo, you've got the world in your hands. This card also represents somebody who is in charge of their own empire. He's sitting right at the very top where you're going to be this month, Leo. He's sitting right at the top and looking down, and everybody celebrates him because he is a self-made person. And this is what you're moving towards in February, Leo. A great many of you might be considering changing your career, perhaps even setting up your own business, finding new ways to make money that doesn't involve anything of the past anymore. It's new, it's fresh. Remember, the Emperor is Aries. Aries is always new, fresh. They are basically the ones that boldly go where no one goes before. And that is what you want to do. You want to boldly go where no one has gone before and make that new life with that new gorgeous, fresh energy. I love it. Now, we did talk about a lot of planets being in your 8th house of deep psychological transformation in the month of February, Leo. And this is what this card represents. Here we have the angel. Some say it's attributed to Gabriel and the horn, blowing the horn to resurrect the ghosts of the past in order for them to be healed. You know, here they are rising up from the deep. Things that we didn't want to look at before, things that we didn't want to acknowledge, that we buried deeply. And the trumpet call is now, rise, 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 so that we can finally fix and heal those last few things that are needed. You know, we said that the Queen is going to be cool, calm, and slightly detached, so that she can hear truths which it may not have been a good time before to hear those things because there might have been too many emotions wrapped up in them. But now, in February, it is time to hear those truths. And the card of judgment will bring them forward for healing, my love, healing. Judgment also, for some of you, Leos, will literally be a judgment call. In terms of justice or the legal system, For those of you experienced that with a contract, particularly contracts in relationship, say with business contracts or even legal contracts to do with marriages and so on like that, there'll be a judgment passed. If you're waiting on some sort of judgment to do with the contract, then towards the end of February, you'll begin to see that the judgment is coming close in your favour, okay? So that's quite a good thing. But for everyone else, it's the summoning of all the things that you couldn't see before in order to be healed, my love. And what's beside that is the Page of Pentacles. Here we have the apprentice, somebody who is prepared to start their life again from the beginning, learning nearly every skill from the start. Very often you'll get this card if you're midlife and you've got a trade or a skill or a career, and you just say, I can't do this anymore for one reason or another. And you'll say, it's time for me to take a complete and total change. So you'll go back as a beginner, learning something new from the start and being the apprentice, being the learner, and loving every minute of it. For some of you, you might choose to go back to school, college, study a little something further, even if it's only a hobby. But part of this new studying will also be tied in with your healing. You're learning something new, which will also heal you and also change your whole approach to how you make money. That is the big thing. Seeing how to make money from an entirely new perspective, Leo. I'm going to move up. I did well. I didn't sing so much in this tarot reading, and I kind of feel a little bit disappointed. But before I finish up here, there was a song I was thinking of before I read your cards, and I don't know why I didn't sing it, but I'm kind of glad. It's better for all of us that I didn't sing it, actually. But I don't know if you know that song by Curtis Mayfield, and it's called Move On Up. As it was going round and round and round in my head as I was just getting ready to do your cards. Move on up and keep on wishing. I don't even know the words. I can't even remember. But it was every time the sun would shine down in this gorgeous lunar eclipse, and I had this vision in my mind of Leo, I kept hearing that song, Move On Up. So maybe you should Google it. If you know it, find it. If you don't, Google it and listen to it, because I think this is your song for this month. So move on up. Of course, Leo is moving on up. Always, always. What do we have here? This was the first one. The Chariot, moving on up. This is the card of shooting across the sky like a diamond, like a comet going right across the sky in a sense of victory and success and triumph. When we celebrate normally great parties or celebrations or huge events in our lives, we celebrate with fireworks. And that's what you are for the month of February. Oh no, now I feel a Katy Perry song coming on. Firework. You're the firework in the sky with all that great lunar eclipse energy just for you. You're lighting it up and you're moving fast. You're moving swiftly and you're moving in a direction that everybody can see. I like this card. You remember we got this at the beginning? And it's that arc across the sky. And that is what you'll be like a shooting star or a rainbow going across the sky for February. I can't, it's too good, Leo. It's just amazing. And the last card, the Eight of Wands. In everything I've said and done here with the cards, the last card here is saying, trust and just push ahead. You see what this card is? It's all the wands, not having an absolute target. You don't need the target yet. You don't exactly need to know where you're going yet, my love. But you need to shoot the arrow anyway. Be like the archer. Just shoot and aim for the stars. Aim like the comet. Just shoot across the sky and give it your full energy. Why? Because, yeah, you may not know exactly where you're going, Leo, but give it everything. Just be brilliant. Give it your energy. Put energy into everything you're doing. And remember, like we said last month, remember how to Leo. And that's what Leo is, shooting across. Now I say this, see, eighth house issues, deep transformation. When it comes to that healing that you'll be asked to do in February, my love, go with it and shoot all your energy into it and trust that even though it might be scary, that you don't quite know what you're going to uncover once you dig that little bit deeper, go with it and pour all of your energy into it, and it will be wonderful. It will be wonderful. Let me see. Okay, grand overview. For those who have come here looking for love, love kicks off from the very beginning of the month. You feel good about yourself and you're going to be a magnet to everybody else because it's Leo time and you'll be shining. We also have the lovers. Remember that choices in love. Also, it could be the influence of a Gemini. We have the Aquarius influence happening mid-month for the solar eclipse in your partnerships. Clear communication, possibly hearing things you weren't prepared to hear before. Possibly using that stick to push that slow-moving project along or person. If it's a slow-moving person or someone that is boring you, maybe they need a little bit of a push. We have the Aries there who's also inspiring you to move on. Mars energy, Scorpio energy here, which is your 8th house. Cancerian energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Aries, Gemini. These people could be very influential in your life, but for me it's really representative of the energy that you'll be experiencing in February, Leo. I love this. I love watching what's happening for you now because it's like this great big, as we said last month, fairy tale. It's like a chapter every time and every month I open the great big book of Leo. It's like, oh, what's happening now? What's happening next? In your fairy tale. I'm dying to know. Leo, have a fantastic February. I don't need to tell you it's going to happen anyway. If this is your first time watching my videos, then please subscribe, like, share. Join me on Facebook. And for my gorgeous Leos that have been with me since last month, I just want to say something. Thank you, really thank you for the great support that you've given me. It was magic, like you. Magic. And you know what I love too, Leo? A lot of you shared some of your stories that were very hard. A lot of you, I'm getting a bit emotional saying that, but a lot of you have been through some very difficult things. And when people were commenting, you liked, you gave support, you helped. There was a sense of community that you were supporting each other. Leo, that was gorgeous. But that's Leo, all heart. All heart. Again, I'm getting emotional and I need to stop now. Keep it up, guys. You are full on love. And February is just going to be bigger. I can't do this thing. I'm used to it. There, now. That's my heart to you. Mwah. A big kiss from me to you, Leo. Love you lots. See you next time.